You heard the toddler's mother defending herself, saying all kids cuss, and saying her baby is not a thug. How do you respond?
You know, unfortunately, it seems that she might be a little tone deaf on this issue. I mean, granted, given her age, it's understandable. I hope she gets the help and counseling she needs so she can see that this isn't the proper way to raise a child, that this child was in a dangerous environment. The number of known gang members coming to and from that house, the weapons, the illegal weapons, it just wasn't a healthy environment. It's not about a diaper and some language, although the language is part of it. It's really about the environment that child was in.
Natalie, good parenting or not a thug?
I think we have to know more of the facts. From what I understand, this was the people who filmed this incident were not the parents. So, I mean, who did it? I think we've all jumped to assumptions that this was the parent that filmed it. So if it was the parent, yes, bad parenting. If it's a kid in another room, these are all teenagers. I can't judge the parents.
Natalie,
I really can't.
This isn't just about this video. This is not just about the video. You say you have to know it's all there in the court documents. You heard what I just said. Did you not hear what I said about the gang members, about the shooting? The kid is 2 years old. He's already been shot with shrapnel. Did you not hear that?
I read the court documents, and I read that the sister of the mother requested to move. She asked the state to help them move from this dangerous environment. So I don't know if we really know the true story yet.
Okay. The mom confirmed.
Don, can I jump in just for a second?
Go ahead, Sergeant. Yes.
In the Health and Human Services report that has been made available by the media here, they talk about the known gang members frequenting this house on a frequent basis. And that's, again, how the media got that, I don't know. I don't have access to that. It wasn't from me. It's not from anybody in our organization. That's a different agency. But however, all these gang members coming to and from the house, if they're so concerned, they constantly move them, but yet then let the same element in the house that caused these problems in the first place. It just doesn't make sense.
Okay, so
and this is what we talk about when we talk about we have to address this cycle of violence.
Okay, so listen.
You said the
hang on, Natalie.
thuggery.
Hang on, Natalie. Let's address everything here. It's public record. That's how the media got it. This is available to anyone. Anyone can either go online to the Nebraska government website or they can go down to the clerk of court's office and get this information. So don't say it should not have been released. It's released everywhere.
That's how minors.
That's how it is.
About minors.
Okay, so listen, let's not get off track here. This happens, though, according to the sergeant, according to the police I've spoken to, not only in Nebraska, but around the country, saying, hey, every case is unique. But this is not out of the ordinary for many families in America. Do you disagree with that, Natalie?
It's not out of the ordinary for many families in America to live in poverty, to have family members who are criminals, and to have family members over. No, so I agree with you totally. It is not out of the ordinary.
Okay, let's talk a little bit more about the mom. And then, Sergeant, I want to follow up on that, on how we may be able to deal with this so-called cycle around the country. The mom confirmed what police told us last night, that it wasn't the video of the toddler that got them into protective custody. It was other incidents like the ones we told you about, and this.
For everybody that's thinking I'm a bad mother, I'm not. I'm a good mother to my son, and I teach him a lot, and he's very smart. They didn't come because of the video. They really came because of the gang violence and everything that happened with us.
Natalie, not to belabor the point, you have guns, you have gangs intermingling with babies, and probably it happens to a lot of other parents. She doesn't even realize that her home is not a safe environment. You don't think that that validates the police union's initial concern here?
No, I don't. I don't think it validates the police union reposting a video of a minor child instead of asking for protective services and asking for help and asking for the Facebook page to be taken down.
Can I jump in there?
So no, I do not.
Just jump in, Sergeant. Go ahead.
First of all, we are, as a police association, we posted the video only after we notified the child victim unit to follow up on this. The CPS had ample time to act to remove these children. It's only after this video was posted that this investigation was fast-tracked, because within 3 days of us posting this video, these children were removed. These children would not have been removed from this house if it wasn't for us posting this video. I'm absolutely certain of that.
So then you're saying Child Protective Services is not doing their job. They were already in contact with Child Protective Services, sir.
So why aren't you why are you outraged with the police department and you're not outraged with
the video
services
and all the other incidents that happen?
I'm outraged with the police union and this gentleman's actions by posting a video of a minor child that you think is being abused. This is the same as posting a video of a child that is being sexually abused. It's the same act. If you thought this was abuse,
Natalie,
you don't post a video.
That is not even close. That is absolutely not. That's different ballpark. That a child being sexually abused, I mean, that's pornography. That's kiddie pornography.
Okay,
this is totally different. People don't understand that this issue exists. We have to educate the public in order to address these problems. It is crazy. It is flawed logic to think that this is even in the same ballpark as posting a sexual assault video.
Okay, so Sergeant Wells, you are not backing down from this issue. Just today, a blog post on the union's website reads this: "Don't allow race, politics, or emotion to distract us from the central issue. This is 100% about a criminal culture, a cycle of poverty, a cycle of lack of education, a cycle of lack of parenting, and dare we say, a thug cycle. That is literally killing families and crushing the futures of innocent children." You're not backing down. So what do you say to the critics who claim that this is about race and that too often the word thug is used to describe black males, black children?
You know, the word thug, at least around here, is used fairly commonly. The local media use it, the local paper. When we refer to a violent criminal culture, I myself, in various forms, have been called a thug. Clearly, I'm a white guy. I don't know how that word thug applies. I've heard other police officers refer to that, other people that deal with police associations. That word thug is a general term for violent criminals. We are absolutely not backing down by this, because this child was removed from this dangerous situation because we posted this video. And quite frankly, we have to address these issues in new ways. And if this saves at least one child, it was absolutely worth it.
Your own police chief said the posting of this video was disruptive to the community because it caused a racial divide. And now when you do things like that, we have a symbiotic relationship with the public and with the police. There has to be trust. When there's anything that's a taint of bias or discrimination, there's a problem. And I don't understand why you don't see that there's a problem. This child could have been helped by you going to Child Protective Services
I would say,
without posting a video.
Go ahead, Sergeant.
And Natalie, I would say that trust comes through communication and finding that we have common ground to common problems and coming up with joint solutions and getting everybody engaged.
Natalie.
And we're not going to be able to solve these problems unless we know exactly what we're dealing with here. And I would bet that most people in the community, not only in this community but across the country, have no idea that this goes on.